and I managed to keep things reasonably calm. Just said, wait it out, don't attack each other, because I'm helping start the second support group, and I'm also attending the first support group sometimes, and I'm on the board of directors. So the president is getting all upset because I'm still working with this crazy woman, in her opinion. Um, and well, I managed to not let things completely um, ignite with those two. Kept them at a distance enough that I could work with both for a while. But at a certain point, the president said, "This is stressing me out, and I want you to quit the group." So the two things that I'm doing productive with my life, and she asked me to give up one of them. Either you quit the society or you quit the support group. Um, so it got pretty crazy for a while there, but she was very stressed out, and I chose to be patient with her instead of fighting her on it, and I think that was a good decision because she's realized she's overwhelmed. She's had new issues, new health issues on top of her old ones come up, and she was stressed out, and she finally just realized it, and she decided to retire as a president. Um, and so things are much better now. Uh, and so yeah, now we've been running the new support group for about a year. What could I tell you about that? There are there are a number of issues to consider. You want to think about what you want out of the group. I mean, not you can figure this out for yourself, but um, just to help you think about it, I suppose I can just tell you my own experiences. You think about what you want from the group, um, how long you want it to last. That's a big issue because a lot of support groups don't last. There are certain strategies you can take if you really want it to go long term, or you kind of have to look into it in advance, set it up in advance so that somebody else can take it over, or you have people to help you keep the group going, or if it's something you really want to commit to yourself as an individual, you can keep it alive in the long term. I think there are basically three different kinds of people that are interested in a support group. There are people who are very isolated by their illness. They don't get out much, so coming to a support group with people who aren't going to judge them for their illnesses, their limitations, is very emotionally helpful. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there are people who really want the information. Maybe there are people who have families or living with people, so emotionally they're not as bad. So they're more focused on the treatments, uh, sharing information, and just the technical stuff. And then there's the ones who are a bit half and half, and all the way in between. Some that want to just visit with other sick people, and then also get some good information. And I found that the ones who just want the social interaction can be troublesome for the ones who just want the information. The ones who just want the information sometimes don't want to have to deal with the people, don't want to have to, for example, do this check-in where we kind of just say everything that's going on in our lives, talk about how we're feeling and things like that. They just want to skip that part and go straight to the work. So it's become a bit of a balancing act between getting what they want, getting what they want. Um, One thing that's quite helpful, which I had no idea about and I wasn't too sure about, but I recognize the value at this point, is having an agenda. I think this is what people who run proper groups do. Um, you actually set a schedule of things that you want to accomplish, and you bring copies of that. Send it in email if you keep in touch by email, so that people know what you're going to talk about, and they can come ready to discuss a particular topic that you chose in the previous group. And then somebody tries to take notes if they're capable of that, and we keep in touch by email, so those get translated into the minutes and are sent out to everybody So whoever misses a group can see what we've been working on, what we've spoken about, and it also helps us just to remember what we've discussed. Um, Donna, the woman that I've kind of co run the group with, brought that sort of thing in very much more organized than I would have done it. And I definitely see the benefit of not just having a free open chat session for 2 hours, because although that's nice, you often don't accomplish a lot. A lot of rambling goes on. You kind of it does seem to help to have some structure to the group, some plan for it. So that's where the agenda could have quite a bit of value. Um, Let me think a minute, see if I can come up with anything else. Okay, so the point that I was trying to make by telling you about that little skirmish that went on between the two support group leaders was that it's possible to step on people's toes and offend other people in the community. They seem to be a sensitive bunch. It seems to happen quite a lot. This is something I read about before I started helping with a support group online. Jody Bassett, the hummingbird, you know her. She made some videos about how patient groups end up clashing, and that's exactly what I saw. I kind of was ready for it because listening to what she had to say and reading, and it's exactly as she said. I mean, it was support groups rather than patient groups, but same difference. They get a slightly different perspective, and they just ended up butting heads. Um, so yeah, you know,